Okay, here are my floor jacks. And I got a 3-ton with a rapid pump. And it wasn't my first choice, but I saw it, had a good price on it, so let me give it a shot. It's done me pretty well. So I would say this is one with many moving parts that usually I wouldn't buy from them, but it's done pretty well. Here's another one. This is my cruiser motorcycle jack. I had one before. I bought a motorcycle and the guy gave me the one he had. Then when I sold it, I gave it with the person that I sold it to. So I went out and purchased another one from Harbor Freight. And it works really well. It's sturdy. It does the job. First choice, no, but like I said, I took a look at it and it's pretty good item. Okay, here, now this is something that I'd say rates above average, from Harbor Freight. We needed tap and die set on a Sunday, and I needed this large one right here, this 24 by 1.5, and no one had it that day. So we went by Harbor Freight, they had this set, and we had to buy this particular set to get that size. And this has been a great item. We used it several times. It is great. So I would have to give them a thumbs up on this. This right here, this is a bead popper, tire bead popper. We bought this because it's simple. Pop in a bead, you need something simple. You don't need anything fancy or whatever. It's a good price. This works well. Like I said, not a lot of moving parts, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it's very hard for someone to make that wrong. So that was pretty good. This Star tool set, I bought that a couple of days ago. Probably wish I hadn't because I haven't used it yet. It's probably not going to hold up very well. These probably wear out real quick, but yeah, so it was on sale. Why not? I normally don't buy screwdrivers or sockets, socket sets, anything like that from Harbor Freight. Now, this D-ring, I bought this for my trailer. Bought several of these, well, a few of them at least. And actually, this is one of those things. It's hard to make these wrong. Now, when I anchor it down to the trailer, I don't use nuts and bolts or whatever from Harbor Freight. I get them from Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, or something like that. But they work pretty well. These are some box-in wrenches, box-in, closed-in, open-in wrenches. It's like I said, it's kind of hard to make these wrong, and I needed some large ones. I saw these, I bought them. Haven't had them very long, so I really don't have anything bad to say, but nothing good either. Pair of snips. I was in there the other day, needed some. Why not? Just picked up a pair. I think they're pretty good. I've used them a couple of times. They're all right. Now, this little item right here, for those of you who hit the tracks, you know that you have to have a lot of things wired to the bike. Nuts and bolts and anything that can fall off has to be wired to the bike. When we started doing this, now we needed one of these. Just about everybody we ran into said, yeah, go to Harbor Freight, go to Harbor Freight. So this is one of those things that many people at the racetrack will have, and most of them come from Harbor Freight. It's a good item. It's one of those things that's very hard to do it wrong, but a lot of people have it. A couple of crescent wrenches I bought. Yeah, they were there, bought them. It's hard to go wrong with these. Just something I need. I needed some around the house, so I picked them up. These right here, these are tire spoons. This is what we use to take the tires off, put them back on. Another one of those things, it's hard to make it wrong. Just make sure this steel is bent the right way, and it's hard enough. You can't go wrong with that. I don't think so. That's something from Harbor Freight I bought that's serving me well. But like I said, these things don't have a lot of moving parts. This right here, since we changed a lot of our own tires, this right here, this is a tire balancer. Very, very simple item. Just put the tire on there, let it rotate, put your weights on it till you balance it. Very hard to make that wrong. So it's something we bought, we needed one. It's really serving the purpose. So these two right here, the tire balancer and the bead popper, also the spoons, they work very well. They do perfect for us. Okay, so, and we use this kind of stuff because as you see, we have bikes. Right now we have 5 in the garage, and we have several of them. And this one right here, this is a dedicated track bike. This is what we take to the track on Saturdays, Sundays, or whatever is dedicated. And we use a lot of these tools for this. But most of the tools we have are top notch. We get the good stuff. But I have to say that Harbor Freight does serve a purpose. Now, in my trailer here, something else that we use from Harbor Freight that I think it's very hard to go wrong. I researched these, and these are pretty good. So inside the trailer, this is my E-Track system. Oh, I guess I need to clean this thing out. We just went to the track yesterday. But the E-Track system, I got these from Harbor Freight, and they're no better, no worse than the ones that I've seen in other places. I was looking for them, and all I could find were 2-foot long sections around here in town. Harbor Freight's the only one that had the 5-foot, and to order the 8-foot, 10 feet, or whatever I need to, I would have to order those online. I needed them right away to get the trailer together. So, but the anchors that I use, the nuts and bolts that I use to secure it to the floor, and well, I actually secured them from the top and on the bottom side. I got all that from Lowe's. Like I said, I won't buy nuts and bolts from Harbor Freight. I don't trust those. Also, the anchors, the latches or whatever. Now I did some research on these, and believe it or not, these are some of the better ones I found. These came from Harbor Freight, and these were the better ones I found. They're more sturdy than the ones I found at Home Depot and at Lowe's, Tractor Supply. And look at them. These are thick. They work well, so I have to give a thumbs up to Harbor Freight for this particular item. These are the better ones that I found. So, like I said, very few moving parts. So, for me, I do use Harbor Freight. I don't use it for top-notch stuff. Like I did home repair in my house. You know, I needed a floor nailer, different things like that. No, did not go get that stuff from Harbor Freight. My air compressor, things like that. No, did not get that from Harbor Freight. Any of my power tools, anything like that, I make sure that I buy good stuff. So anyway, well, I did buy this lock from Harbor Freight. I just needed it in a pinch, so more than likely I'll be replacing that, I'm sure. So for me, Harbor Freight serves a purpose for, let's say, quick action, let's say things that I need that are, well, that are, let's just say average. So this is me and Harbor Freight. I will continue buying their products. Like I said, I will not buy anything that I'm doing a big job with. So you guys, everybody has their own vision of Harbor Freight or whatever. A lot of people won't buy anything from them. Like I said, I use them from time to time. Now, when we go to the racetrack, there's something that I see that several people have that comes from Harbor Freight. It's the rear jack stand, rear wheel stand, motorcycle stand. It's aluminum built, and several of the guys there have those. They're inexpensive and they do the job. Just pop it on there, jack the bike up, you're good to go. So anyway, that's my take. I'm not promoting Harbor Freight. I'm not saying they're good stuff. I'm just telling you that the stuff that I buy, this is what I use it for, and this stuff works for me. Like I said, I will not buy my generator that I'm getting ready to purchase. My generator, I'm going to buy a new air compressor. I will not buy that kind of stuff from Harbor Freight. But this is my stuff. Take care.